Hey y'all, so today I'm going to be reviewing Pink Couture Hair. They're a hair distributor based out of the DMV. They're located in Maryland, and this is the hair that I currently have in my head right now. So let's jump right into the review. I currently have 3 bundles and a lace frontal closure in my head right now. The lace frontal closure is a 16, and then I have 3 bundles, 16, 18, and 20. I would say that overall from the install, when I first got it installed, that the hair, I was loving it. It was super thick, and I love my hair to be very, very thick because I feel like no matter what, however quality that you claim your hair is always going to shed. So I like my hair to start out as thick as possible, and then if shedding happens, it's fine because it was already super, super thick. So it's going to stay thick even though some of the hair might have shed. So when I left my hairstylist, I let her curl the hair, and everything in my head is sewn. The frontal is sewn for the most part. When I got home, I did put a little bit of glue in the front just because it didn't lay as flat as I would like it to lay. So with me dancing and all, I just didn't want it laying just a little bit above my scalp. I wanted it all the way down. So I just put a little bit of glue, the smallest amount right there, and then everywhere else is sewn. So I would say when I left my hairdresser, it was curled and it was really thick, and I figured it would be pretty thick because, you know, when you're going from a body wave texture or natural texture and you're just curling it, it's going to be thicker than if it were straight and you just curled it. But I would have to say I was wrong. It's still very thick. I have it pressed pretty straight now, and I would say the thickness I have is just because I have a lot of bundles in my head. But what I have noticed about the hair is that it will tangle. It hasn't tangled a lot, and I don't want you guys to take this the wrong way. It's not like package hair where hair is like sticking out like that and it's tangled as mad. That is not what I mean at all. It gets very, very small tangles to the point where it's might get a little bit hard throughout the day to run your hair through. Like, you can feel the hair being detangled by your fingers as you run it through, which is kind of a con for me because I like to run my hands through my hair a lot. I did just brush it right before I started filming, so it's pretty smooth now, but as the day goes on, it does get a lot coarser, especially up by the base and going down, and I can even now feel it detangling within my fingers. That's a con for me because it's kind of like I've strayed away from running my hands through my hair because I don't want it to get, you know, too tangled to where I'm like, because that's embarrassing, honestly. Like, and I don't want it to be like that, so I've kind of just strayed away from running my hands through my hair. It is very fine when you brush it, and when you first brush it, it's very smooth. You can run your hands right through your hair. I have no problems, but it's just throughout the day, the hair gets small tangles, sometimes like near the base, like near your neck and stuff, where you're gonna perspire and stuff like that, so I understand that. But I haven't had that problem with a lot of the hair that I've had recently, so it's kind of like taking a step back with this hair, going back to that little bits of tangles and things like that. Another con that I have was that the hair is not body wave. It's not, it cannot be. It came body wave, it looked like it was body wave, it had the little, you know, when it's in the bundle and it's got the little wave going on, but when I washed it, it was completely straight. Like, it might as well have been like this, but it was just thicker, obviously, because it was like more of a natural texture, except for the frontal. The frontal had a very tight curl pattern, which it didn't have when I first got the frontal. I mean, when I got the frontal, it came pretty much straight, and then when I washed it, it curled up a lot, so that was a con with, I'm not sure if it's this hair, if it's just the batch of hair or what, but it just didn't have a curl pattern. So I couldn't just wash and like blow dry it a little bit and go, which is what I had initially planned to do when I had washed my hair. I had to actually blow dry it all the way through and straighten it because it just didn't look right, obviously, with having my hair straight and then the front part just really tight curls, so I had to style it. So that was another con, and the lady did only have 1 frontal left, so I wasn't really going to be picky, but she did tell me that it was body wave and that the rest of the hair was body wave, so I'm a little confused as to why the hair is behaving like this, you know? So I don't know if it was just labeled incorrectly and I was just given the wrong product or what, but the hair looked like body wave when I first got it. The frontal, it wasn't completely straight, it was a little bit wavy, and the bundles were wavy too, so that's another con for me. I would say that the hair was very expensive, and for all the things that I kind of have going against it, it's not something that I would repurchase. I did get the hair 15% off. I purchased it with my own money, and it came out to $400 with the 3 bundles and the closure. So that's very expensive to me, especially for hair that I feel like is not top-notch quality. I feel like the hair is okay. I would probably give it a 6.5 to a 7 out of 10, just because it doesn't get as silky smooth as I want it to get when I straighten it or when I curl it. It doesn't hold a curl that well. I definitely have to use hairspray, which I'm not opposed to, but I don't like to use enough to where the point is that I can't, you know, touch my hair without getting hairspray on my hands, or if I brush through it, it's gonna ruin the curls because they're just locked in there with hairspray. I wanna be able to brush the curls, and you brush them out, hairspray them a little bit, brush them out, and that's just not happening when you're walking past someone or someone's walking past you. They're not gonna think your hair looks bad. It's gonna look good. I mean, obviously depending on the way you style it and the style of hair you have, but it's not gonna look bad from the outside looking in. But these are just my particular cons. I could definitely order a frontal offline and bundles online and get them for probably at least $50 cheaper. Which is what I feel like I paid before. I paid maybe about $3.50 or something from where I got my frontal and my 3 bundles last time. I might reuse the hair depending on how it goes within the next 3 weeks to see if it tangles more, if it sheds a lot more. Would I recommend this hair brand? Not really. I think it's very expensive for what you're getting. So I would definitely look elsewhere, but if you're in a bind and you're in the DMV area, they do always have a good amount of hair in stock, and they have closures and frontals, and that's pretty much why I went with them, because I needed a frontal ASAP. My appointment was the next day, and I was looking for a frontal distributor in the DMV. But other than that, I would not recommend this hair. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope it was super helpful. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. I'm gonna have a lot more videos coming out. I know I just started school, so I'm gonna try to be as consistent as possible for you guys. So make sure you subscribe so you know whenever I drop a new video. See you guys next time.